Hello, what's up, everybody? My name is Harold Downs, meteorology major from Valparaiso University. I'm here to give you a daily weather forecast for tomorrow, Friday, September 16th. So, do you remember the weekly forecast a couple days ago on the last couple daily forecasts? I kind of briefly talked about potential heat waves starting this weekend where we could see potential temperatures around 90 degrees and over 90 with the heat index for Sunday, but we're going to focus on tomorrow because this is a daily weather forecast. We're going to take a look at the NAM for now, and there's not a 0Z yet, so we're going to have to take a look at the 18Z because that won't come out until for a while actually. But we're going to, as like we do always do, we're going to go northwest Indiana and Chicagoland region, and let's take a look at temperature at the surface like we always do. So let's get to tomorrow. There we go. So this is 1 a.m. in the morning tomorrow for Friday. You can see there's a little patch right here that has low 60s, but overall you're looking at a low to mid 60 temperature for 1 a.m. in the morning. This is 7 a.m. Like I say, it's usually right before the sun comes up. That's the coldest time of the day. You can see we're dropping into the upper 50s in this region. We're still getting some normal temperatures in my area in Valparaiso, hitting the 50s. So kind of mixed between mid 50s, low 60s, 7 a.m. Let's go to 10 a.m. A little bit slower for this. See, we got a pretty rapid jump from 50s to 70s. That's about a 15-degree jump in about 3 hours. It's going to be a pretty hot start to your day, as you can see. Mid 70s. You got some regions upper 60s. So pretty interesting to see that there. There might be some cloud cover causing that, keeping the heat out. 1 p.m. This is when it starts to really jump up in temperature. Another 3 hours. About a 5 or 6 temperature jump up in degrees. See, I am low 80s, a couple 82s. Got area pretty much all northernmost parts of Illinois and Wisconsin. You're hitting pretty constant 78 to 79s. Wind speed, you're looking at like 8 or 9 knots, so about 10 miles an hour for wind speed. But yeah, pretty hot day for 1 p.m. This is 4 p.m. Not really much of a jump. As you can see, low 80s, got a very close to mid 80 rating right here, and central is pretty close to Chicago. I believe that might be the midway reading, or the midway reading, but not sure exactly. But we're seeing pretty average temperature around 82, 83 right now, and this is 7 p.m. Temperature starts to go down, so you're looking at still you're hitting the 70s, mid to upper 70s. Got some low 70s along this region, including me. Probably from the lake winds, just cooling things down. And yeah, 10 p.m. a little bit even cooler, under the 60s. Got about a 70-ish region here. And then 1 a.m. on Saturday, right here, mid upper 60s. And as we just kind of go along there, and that's where it's going to get pretty hot. But we're not going to be looking at that. So overall, I think your high for the entire region is probably going to be between 79 and 84, my opinion. And the low, we're probably going to see about a 59 to a 65-ish range for the low for the temperature. I don't do exact highs or lows because they're not always going to be the exact, especially with cloud cover. This is dew point. This is 1 a.m. dew point. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through this and see what I think. Got some pretty moist areas around 64. Still hitting 64 late in the evening. And we're seeing at about the 60. So probably 60 to 64 ish for dew point temperature, which is not terrible. Once you get above 70, that's when it starts to get really uncomfortable with the heat. But still, if you're working outside and doing long term stuff outside for more than like let's say an hour, I definitely stay hydrated because you never know. You don't want to take that risk. Convective, I don't think we're gonna see anything. I didn't see anything on the forecast that said, "Hey, storms." Like today, I don't know. I don't really haven't paid attention to the radar, but I don't think this is the area I was looking at yesterday. I don't think this had produced anything, just besides maybe sun. As you scroll through our time frame, got a little area here. Let's see here, 1 p.m. I believe. I just want to take a look at the sounding. Probably a marginal severe. I don't think we're gonna do. Yeah, marginal severe. Let me move my epic pen out of the way. LC is not terrible. Very close to backwinds. Shear is almost there, so that's why it's the marginal severe. You almost have a shear there. There's very little cap, and cape is pretty good in areas for severe weather. As you can see here, readings had pretty nice hailstones. 1 3/4 of an 1 1 3/4, 2 3/4, and you got 3/4, and you have 1 inch hail right there. Where 1 inch hail or greater is an aspect for severe weather. So if you get that in a region 1 inch hail or bigger, then you're going to get a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's continue on. Looks like nothing in my area or the area we're forecasting for. Most our mean layer cave really is going to show the same thing, but not as much. Just the mean layer. I like to see that over here, but I'm watching on most unstable cape. Remember, it doesn't show the capping, so yeah. Very curious. I'm very curious. This is for what is this day? This is for Saturday. I'm just very curious. Remember, I said Sunday there's a chance for severe weather. Pretty good on stuff. Got some backed winds. LC is a low hideout, and it's a dead model because the negative omegas are outside of purple dotted line, which means that it's sounding has a thunderstorm currently at this sounding, which means it doesn't count. So you can't use that. So if you're forecasting, if you see that happen, don't use that model. It does not work. Supercell composite. I gotta rewind this because now we're way ahead of the time that I wanted to forecast for. Absolutely nothing in our area. Significant tornado parameter. Don't believe we're gonna see anything. Let's fast forward. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's take a look at precipitation. Total precipitation accumulation, what is expected for our time frame. And nothing. Maybe a tiny spot here of potential showers, but nothing. Looks like that system that I said, but look out for Sunday, is slowly making its way towards our area. But I don't see anything. Average cloud cover. This is something that we could use. So let's just get to the time we need to. Throughout the day. Pretty much broken and scattered clouds. You might get a hour or two of no sunlight, just overcast, but overall I don't see anything. Now, one final thing. Let me go to GFS and let me back this out. Contiguous. Take a look at the wind speed. Just for this time, and I'm going to draw this because I have time, so might as well draw it. So, remember a trough and a ridge. Remember, this is what a normal jet stream looks like. Ridge, trough. This area I'll explain here in a minute. If you're warm, cool, warm. This is where you're going to have your cold front area right here. This is where you're going to have your storms right here, right in the circle area. This is also where you're probably going to get your best chance for severe weather. So, yeah, that's your thing. That's your what you're going to look at. So, oh, clear the screen and bam. So, let's run through this. Oh, hold on. Let's run through this. Now, this is very tough to tell. Wow. Let's click. Okay, hold on. It's very tough to tell. Okay, so it's very tough to tell, but it looks like the trough. And let me back up to the entire world, to North America. Let me see if I can get that. Okay, yeah. So here is the massive trough right now. So right now, your right side of the trough is probably going to be around right here, and this area is also probably included. But as you can see, I'm just going to roll this through so you guys can see that tropical storm system. Right here, this is, I believe, Fiona. Is probably gonna. That looks like Fiona. I don't know the exact duration as you looked at how that ties up, but I did see one thing. See this low kind of go up, and then we kind of get back into a ridge. And oh, here we go. Here's a bit of a trough. Right side of the trough that kind of goes right over us. Let me see if I can pull up a sounding for that area. See if we get any readings back for storms. None. Okay, so that was useless. Yeah, I can see why. But yeah, overall for tomorrow, I don't see anything rain wise. Highs of low 80s, lows of probably low 60s, maybe a upper 50 here or there. Overall, another pretty nice day. Some cloud cover at times during the day, but I don't see anything for concern. That's going to do it for today's weather forecast. Stay tuned for tomorrow's weather forecast for Saturday. Thank you guys for watching. Take care and stay safe.